Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Stick around to see how I created this beautiful pink French tip look. So of course the first thing I do is I spray my client's nails with 91% alcohol. This is after I send them to the bathroom with a mani brush to scrub their nails. This last set that she kept on for about 4 weeks. It was a black French tip with some white swirls, and her base is a custom acrylic powder that I mixed up with just a bunch of other acrylic powders that I had laying around. So I'm going in with my medium grit bit and I am removing the polish, also removing any lifting that she had, which was very little. The retention on this set was really good, and she works with her hands too, so I was really happy with the amount, the lack of lifting that she had. So this video is sped up, so it looks like I'm moving fast and maybe applying a lot of pressure, but I'm not. I'm taking my time because I don't want to burn her and I don't want to nick her. This bit does not have a safety guard, like the edges aren't rounded out, so if you don't take your time you could easily cut your client. So I'm just taking my time here. She didn't want them cut down, so we're leaving the length as it is. So I'm just gonna finish removing that polish. So next I'm going in with my cuticle bit. I believe I got this online from Karina Nails. I believe that's where I got this from, but this bit is super efficient, especially if you have clients whose cuticles stick to their nail plate, and sometimes it can be a little bit painful to push it back with the cuticle stick. This bit removes all of that, and the clients say it feels good. They don't have any pain or anything, so I love it. So after I remove the dead skin from her cuticle, I'm going in with a medium grit sanding band, and I'm just kind of smoothing away the space in between the cuticle and the acrylic and getting it ready for application. Going in lightly, you don't want to be digging into the nail. You definitely don't want to be creating those lines of fire by digging too far into the nail plate. Just a light touch will do and get the nails prepped for acrylic application. Next, I'm going in with my fine grit bit, and I'm just making sure that I smooth out that space, remove any extra bit of lifting that has been left behind before we apply new acrylic on top. You don't have to do this if your client didn't have any lifting, or or if you already removed it, but I just wanted to go in to make sure it was all gone, especially because she's going to go another month in between getting her nails done again. So, and you just want to in general make sure you're removing all the lifting before you apply any new acrylic. So right here I'm just going in with my cuticle nippers and just removing that dead skin. I try not to be excessive with this part because you don't want to cut your client, so just what's necessary. Next, I'm going in with some more alcohol and cleansing off that nail plate to prepare for the acrylic application. And then I'm going in with my Mia Secret Extra Bond primer. I do 2 coats of that on the fill-in space. And then I'm going to go in with that custom powder that I made and just refill her nails. The key with filling in nails is you want to make sure the bead is big enough to maintain the apex, but you don't want to use an excess of product. Also, when you're adding that bead, you want to make sure that the very top by the cuticle is almost flush with the cuticle. That would eliminate any extra filing that you would have to do once you're done. So that's going to save you a lot of time, making sure that that bead is flush at the cuticle. So as you can see, when I first apply that bead, I'm doing a nice little pat at the very top to make it nice and smooth. So now I'm going in with my 80/80 grit hand file and I am shaping her nails, also filing the top to make it smooth. This is a preference thing. You don't have to go in with your hand file at the top. I know some techs just use their drill for that portion and they only use their hand file to reinforce the shape, but I prefer hand filing because I feel like I can get a more accurate shape with the hand file as opposed to the drill. I like to use the drill mostly for my cuticle work, so that's just my preference. Do what you are comfortable with. This is what I am comfortable with. And by the way, this is an almond shaped nail. I like almond shaped nails for refills because it is easy work. Unless they get a cut down, you don't really have to like reinforce the shape like you would have to do with like square or coffin. I'm going in with some glue underneath her nail just because some people have eggshell nails and they tend to curve under, and that wasn't happening yet, but just to prevent it, I just secured the under of the nail with a little bit of glue. Now I'm going in with my fine grit drill bit and I am just making sure that that cuticle is flush. I want it to look as natural as possible. I don't take it all the way down the nail unless I'm encapsulating. I find that when I'm encapsulating, taking that all the way down makes the design clearer, but here just the cuticle will do. And then my last step with the drill is going back in with my sanding band and just going over the entirety of the nail, just making it smooth but not too smooth. You don't want it too smooth to where the polish won't stick, but you don't want it super gritty either to where you'll be able to see the file lines through the polish. And then I'm going in with my mini buffer and just buffing out her nails. And then we're going to move on to creating the design. So I had her go wash her hands, going right back in with some more alcohol, spraying her nails, using the mani brush to wipe off any additional debris that she may have on her nails. And then I'm going in with my Valentino base coat on all of the nails except the thumbs. I always do the thumbs last. Next, I'm going in with the lighter pink polish that is going to be the base of her French tip, like the majority of the French tip design. I believe this polish is called Victorian Blush by D&D. And so I'm just going in and creating my French tip. So the way that I do my French tip is I start from the top of the free edge. I make a line and I just swing it over to the middle. I don't overthink it. When I'm doing it with square nails, I do it a little differently, but with almond nails, I find it to be a little bit more easier to create the French. And so I kind of just fill in that space until the French looks nice and balanced to me. And I'm just doing that on all of the nails. I'm using some nail art brushes that I got from Alibaba when I was venturing into the nail art online store, and I had some extra brushes left over, so when they go bad I just pick up a new set and keep it moving. But I do all of my French tips with this brush. And I'm gonna pop her into the lamp for as long as it takes to do the other hand, which is about 60 seconds to a minute and a half, and doesn't take very long. Another easy way to do French if you are new to doing French nails is to follow the natural smile line of the nail. That will create a thicker French, but a clean French nonetheless. So if you're just starting out and this looks very confusing, I would say follow the natural smile line of the client's nails. And even though my client has a cover acrylic on top of her nail, you can still faintly see her smile lines. And so sometimes when my clients request like a thicker, more traditional French, I will follow the natural smile lines that they already have to create that look. So if you're starting out, I would advise that you do that too. And then the better you get, the more you can kind of play around with the thickness of your French. Next, I'm going in with my darker pink color, and I am outlining the French that I just created, and I'm just doing a thin line on top. I believe this color is called, I don't know if this is Tutti Frutti. This might be Tutti Frutti by Dandy, but that's one of my favorite hot pinks. So that's probably definitely what it is. And you just want to make sure you're grabbing just a small amount of polish. You don't want to flood the French tip with a super thick line. So if you just add a little bit and kind of just go over it a couple times, you'll be able to create that thin, clean line that you need. And this line is a little easier to create because you've already created the general French. So you're literally just going on top and following the line that you already created. And I like this too because if you're newer to French, creating that line on top, it kind of cleans up the work. Like you have an opportunity to go in and kind of clean it up. Or you could have done this with the same color if you just wanted a cleaner result and just kind of re-go over the French that you already created. But I like this. It kind of like brings the whole look together instead of her just having the basic pink French. Now she has like a double pink, double French. Next, I'm going in with my Valentino non-wipe top coat, and I am just sealing each nail, and I'm going to pop her into the lamp for at least 60 seconds. Let me know in the comments if you guys like doing French or is it a headache to you? Because I personally love French. I love the look that it creates. I think it's so clean and professional, but you can jazz it up if you want. I love French. I love it. I like it with different designs like animal print French. I like this double line French. I like a basic white French tip. So I'm always excited when my clients want French. I'm just making sure her nails are dry. Just rub my fingers over them. And in the last video, I told you guys that I will show you how I do the thumbs. This is how I paint them both at the same time. And then I pop them both in the lamp. And I kind of have my client just hold the lamp in place with the other fingers. And so I just repeat all of the same steps, but on the thumbs together. And I do this because Sometimes when clients put their hands in the lamp, say if you're doing all 5 fingers at the same time, when they put their hand in the lamp, sometimes their thumb is very relaxed, and so the corner of their thumb doesn't get cured. And so instead of trying to police how the client puts their hand in the lamp, I just decided that I would do the thumbs separately, just all together. So every single client, I do the thumbs separately just to ensure that those thumbs are completely cured, especially when you're working with black, white, yellow polishes. The curing already be so fickle. So I just want to make sure that those nails are completely dry before we move on. And here is the finished look, guys. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I will be back with another tutorial soon. Thanks. Bye.